The manhunt for Travis Decker has taken a chilling turn as new evidence emerges in the case of the brutal murders of his 3 young daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Authorities revealed a critical development: DNA found at the scene, specifically blood recovered from Travis Decker's truck where the girls' lifeless bodies were discovered, has now been matched to the missing 32-year-old father. This devastating confirmation deepens the already grim reality surrounding one of the most heartbreaking cases in recent memory. According to the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, detectives had initially recovered personal belongings they believed belonged to Decker at the crime scene near Rock Island Campground in Leavenworth, Washington. DNA samples taken from these items were compared to the blood samples found at the scene. The lab results showed a definitive match. Officials confirmed that all DNA recovered from the site belonged to the same male subject, whom they now firmly believe to be Decker. With this evidence, combined with other items found near the truck and the location of the bodies, law enforcement now has no reason to suspect anyone else in connection to the murders. Travis Decker is the sole suspect. As the investigation presses forward, police have expanded their search by land, air, and water in the rugged terrain surrounding the campground. While the search has been thorough and tireless, authorities stated that they currently have no clear evidence as to whether Decker is alive or dead. Until he is either apprehended or recovered, the manhunt will continue. Law enforcement praised the dedication and relentless efforts of all search teams, who continue to comb the area despite the grueling conditions and emotional toll of the case. Complicating the search is the fact that Travis Decker is reportedly well-versed in wilderness survival. Investigators have emphasized that he is capable of surviving for extended periods in the wild, possibly for weeks, with minimal supplies. This skill set makes the task of tracking him even more difficult. Authorities have warned that it is unknown whether Decker is armed, but they caution that he may pose a significant risk if approached. Adding further to the chilling nature of this case, U.S. Deputy Marshal Keegan Stanley revealed in a recently unsealed affidavit that Decker made suspicious Google searches in the days leading up to the tragedy. His search history included phrases such as, "How does a person move to Canada?" "How to relocate to Canada?" and "Jobs Canada." This has raised concerns that Decker may have been planning an escape. Compounding those fears, the campground where the girls' bodies were discovered is located just 11 miles overland from the Pacific Crest Trail, which stretches from Mexico to Canada. Investigators believe it's possible that Decker could have fled into the wilderness with the intention of using the trail to escape the country. Travis Decker is now officially charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping following the deaths of his daughters, Peyton, 9, Evelyn, 8, and Olivia, 5. Decker and his ex-wife Whitney Decker shared custody of the girls, and under the terms of a court-approved parenting plan, he was allowed visitation every other weekend. That plan, obtained from court records, required Decker to undergo anger management and receive bi-weekly counseling to address documented mental health struggles. At the time, he was reportedly living out of a white 2017 GMC Sierra pickup truck and staying in motels and campgrounds throughout the area. The nightmare began on May 30th, when Travis picked up his daughters for a scheduled visitation. According to an affidavit filed in Chelan County Superior Court, Whitney Decker reported that the exchange happened without any problems. She did note, however, that Travis seemed quieter than usual, something she found unusual but not necessarily alarming at the time. The horror unfolded hours later when Travis failed to return the girls by the agreed-upon time of 8 p.m. Whitney attempted to reach him several times, and when she received no response, she contacted the authorities. By May 31st, the Wenatchee Police Department had issued a missing persons report for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Tragically, just 3 days later, on June 2nd, authorities confirmed that the girls were found deceased at the Rock Island campground. Near Travis Decker's abandoned truck, investigators found 2 bloody handprints, harrowing evidence of what had occurred. A preliminary autopsy conducted by the Chelan County coroner determined the cause of death for all 3 girls was asphyxiation, adding yet another layer of horror to an already devastating crime. As the manhunt has continued for weeks, authorities remain uncertain about Travis Decker's fate. Despite exhaustive efforts involving local law enforcement, the U.S. Marshals, and the Washington Army National Guard, Decker has not been located. In a June 23 press release, the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office acknowledged that there is no conclusive evidence that Decker is still in the area or even alive. They noted that early leads seemed promising, but over time, they became less reliable. Despite this, they vowed not to give up the search, asserting that the girls deserve justice and that Decker remains a public threat as long as he is at large. The case has left a gaping wound in the community, none more so than in the heart of Whitney Decker. At a memorial service held on June 20th, Whitney honored the lives of her 3 daughters with an emotional tribute that left no dry eyes in the crowd. She spoke lovingly about each of them, remembering their unique personalities and the joy they brought to the world. She shared how Peyton had a habit of complimenting strangers, always eager to uplift those around her. Evelyn, more reserved, preferred private bedtime talks to open up about her feelings. And little Olivia, the youngest, was still learning to articulate her emotions, but one feeling she always shared was happiness. Whitney recounted a tradition she had with her girls, asking them to share 3 emotions each day. It was a small ritual that now carries immeasurable weight, echoing her daughter's innocence and the simple beauty of their lives. With the emotional weight of their loss heavy in the air, law enforcement continues to re-evaluate their strategy. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office has stated that while they will maintain efforts to search the area, they are now also considering the possibility that Decker may have perished in the wilderness. Meanwhile, U.S. Marshals are redirecting their resources beyond the immediate search zone, investigating whether Decker may have fled the state or the country. The murder of Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker is not just a crime. It is a tragedy that has shaken an entire community to its core. With every passing day that Travis Decker remains missing, the need for justice grows more urgent. Authorities remain determined to find him, whether alive or dead, and to bring closure to a case that has already inflicted unimaginable pain. As the search continues, one thing remains painfully clear: 3 beautiful lives were stolen, and the man believed responsible has yet to answer for his unspeakable crimes.